We're seeing the face of the teen who stands accused of killing his parents. 14-year-old Trevor Lee facing 2 counts of second-degree murder. And for the first time tonight, we're hearing his voice in the newly released 911 dispatch recording. I want to warn you, hearing the call may be disturbing.
You first?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, I'll listen to you. Well, I was going to ask if you could pray for me, ma'am. Right now? I'll definitely be praying for you, son.
Investigators say Lee was outside a church when he dialed 911 and reported himself. He stayed on the phone until deputies got to his location and took him into custody.
News4JAX reporter Eric Avegnez here in studio with us with more on this new information he obtained in this case. Eric?
Yeah, we were able to acquire a lot more information than what we had yesterday when we first reported this story. Now, we now know where in the house the parents were killed and the extent of their fatal injuries. We also found out that the 14-year-old called his aunt in California before he called 911 to turn himself in. Just one day after 44-year-old David Lee and 45-year-old Brandy Smith were found shot to death inside their Silver Oak subdivision home in Middleburg, News4JAX has learned the couple was in their bed when they were shot multiple times. Both were pronounced deceased when paramedics arrived. Investigators identified the killer as the couple's son, 14-year-old Trevor Lee. After the parents were murdered, Lee called his aunt in California. She then called Clay County 911 dispatch. What her nephew told her was redacted from the 911 recording.
They're in the house. Please. Send help immediately. Ambulance, whatever, immediately.
The teen traveled to a nearby church parking lot and called 911. He stayed on the line until deputies arrived to take him into custody.
I'm by the road. I threw my backpack away from me. I'm stripped. I'm waiting for the police.
What do you mean you're
I have
stripped?
nothing in my pocket. I emptied my pockets and everything. There's nothing in my pockets.
While most of his conversation with the dispatcher was redacted, we hear him ask the dispatcher to pray for him.
You first?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, I'll listen to you.
Well, I was going to ask if you could pray for me, ma'am. Right now?
I'll definitely be praying for you, son.
These parents are dead.
Sad. I don't understand what is going on with some of these teenagers out here. This is a very sad story. I feel that there's a lot of things unanswered, and hopefully as they question him, they figure out why he did it. But a beautiful couple taken out by their own child, yo. This is some Michael Myers type thing. And I did a video about another teenager who killed, I believe it was either his stepfather or father, killed his parents, something like that. I'll link the video or something in the description box. But it's crazy. It really, really is crazy out here. A lot of these teenagers are nut jobs, and social media, people could say it's social media, people could say it's maybe bullying, things is going on in school, but why take out your parents? Why take out your parents? Like what was going on in that household that caused that child to decide to do that? Like, I was a teenager, of course, and well, my mom wasn't having it. My mom, Jamaican mom, she was giving me licks up until 15, but it's crazy. It's crazy. My heart goes out to the family, to the community. It's just sad.
In their bed.
Retired JSO Director of Investigations turned News4JAX crime and safety analyst Tom Hackney says this was no doubt a heinous crime carried out by a kid, but he also says the fact that the teen called 911 to surrender himself says something.
Instant remorse. When you hear the sound of his voice and you hear kind of what he's going through, aside from the redacted part, you hear some instant remorse, and I think that's kind of bolstered by the fact that he left the scene and goes immediately to call 911 and turn himself in.
Now, the 14-year-old remains in custody at the Regional Juvenile Detention Center in Jacksonville. So far, he has not been charged as an adult.
Well, I believe that he should be. Okay, because that's premeditated. Your parents are sleeping. You have all that time as they're sleeping to decide not to do it. And you did it. Even if he had instant remorse, doesn't matter. He took his parents' life. And it's very sad, man. Very sad. This is why, as a teacher, I'm going to be in the classroom in September. I have learned how to navigate when it comes down to students who I might feel have a little psychological issues. And I try my best. When I was taught third grade, I tried my best to talk to students. They would always put, the most difficult students in my classroom because I was one of the biggest men in the school as a teacher. And I did what I had to do, but it's a lot of times kids are going through a lot, and we have to make sure that we as parents understand our children, talk to them, and try to talk to them at their level without trying to be overbearing and telling them that they can't do this, they can't do that. Try to get what's in their mind and figure them out. And if you can't do that, get some help. Get therapy for your child. Every single state should have some free child therapists so that you can be able to help your child and figure out what's going on. This young man was going through a lot, and for him to decide to take out his parents is just wicked. It is. It's a heinous crime, just like the police officer said. And we as adults, we have to make sure that we do things differently, because some of these children don't know. They can be lunatics. They can be lunatics. And Florida's a state, open carry, I believe, or concealed and carry. So where did he get the gun? The gun probably was in the house. He just wasn't properly secured, and he got it, and boom. So it's just sad, man. It's very, very sad. My heart goes out to the family. My heart goes out to the community. We have to really think differently in what's going on out here in this world, because it's a lot of crazy things going on, a lot of sad things going on, and we have to be there for each other. We have to talk to one another and talk to our kids, most definitely. I have conversations with my son all the time. I have conversations with my daughter. She's 5, and she's smart. She understands things, and we just have to be the type of parents that maybe we didn't have, and we just have to be better. We always should try to be better than how our parents were. Well, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. I know your time is valuable, but you spent it with me. Really appreciate that. If you haven't already, please like the video, make some comments, and subscribe to this channel. All that good stuff will help as I continue to grow on this YouTube platform. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace.